Hello everybody, it's vanburman here and welcome back to Football Manager 2017 with my Arsenal career mode. And as I mentioned in the last episode, we're going to be kicking off with the Basel match, which of course decides who finishes top of the group, which is normally a quite important indicator as to who you'll get in the next round. So we only have to better PSG's result in order to accomplish that, which I feel is, well, it's definitely doable. You know, we've got a home game against Basel. They're playing away at Club Brugge. Club Brugge, obviously, technically the weaker of the two teams, but nevertheless, should be entertaining, if nothing else. So in this game, I actually decided to play a lot of the fringe players. Decided that because we're at home and Basel are the weaker team, and if I'm totally honest, I'm not hugely bothered about finishing first or second anyway. I feel like even with some new faces in the team, we still have a very good chance of beating Basel. So a lot of young players got to play, like Delit, Paslak got to play, Paulista, Gabriel, who's not had many games, put him in the side, Telemans as well. Just trying to think what else. Did I put Giroud up front? I did. And Giroud up front. Mainly in part due to the fact that Icardi hasn't scored in like 3 games. So, yeah, that was a little bit concerning. And it freshens things up and keeps him happy, or at least stops him from complaining anyway. So, yeah. Also, I should say that during this time, both Lucas and Coquelin have come to me and said they're both happy with the amount of first-team football they're getting. So that's good. So the match against Basel was surprisingly easy. A bit of a spoiler there, but we dominated pretty much all the game. Basel didn't really have any chances to speak of, and they gifted us a goal there in the 27th minute or whatever it is, which really set us up on the right foot. And it was a bit systematic from then. It was attack after attack. And we only really seemed to get better after the half-time break as well. It could have been any result, if I'm totally honest. As you can see there, playing a back pass, a wayward back pass, should I say, and Giroud very calmly tucked it away. And I've said we don't score free kicks. Well, yeah, because all just proved me wrong, but only by a massive deflection off the end of the wall. And that's how it finished, 4-0, as I say. Could have been any result, really. I think the possession is a bit misleading, the fact that Basel had a lot more than we did, but the Ox played really well in this game, and it was for that reason I actually played him in the next league game as well, because obviously I don't feel like I've been playing him a lot, just because of obviously the plethora of options I have. As you can see from the league table, I've just scrolled past it, but PSG actually drew with Club Brugge, at Club Brugge, and we went top. So basically, any result would have put us top other than a loss. But we've done really well to come away with that many points from that league. I wasn't really expecting too much of a hard time, but always finishing top is always a bonus. It potentially gives us a slightly easier draw for the first round. For the first round draw. So now we come to our second match of the game episode, which is against West Brom away. And earlier in the day, as you can see, Chelsea and Man City drew 2-2. So it does give us a chance to capitalise on that and advance above our rivals. Decided to play Icardi for this one, just because I wanted to try and give him, well, he needs some goals, quite frankly. That's the thing I'm most worried about at the minute. Everyone else seems to be playing really well. I don't have too many issues with anyone else coming into the team, but obviously because the Ox had such a good game against Basel, he stayed in the team even though, well, no, his fitness was pretty good actually, to be fair. So there was no issues there. Played a bit of a quote-unquote weaker left side. Played Ryan Nelson and Sessignon. Oh, I don't know what his name is. Ryan, the left back. But, and this is obviously before, this is me talking retrospectively now, they both played really well. I was, at least in the highlights, the extended highlights that I was watching, every time we had an attack going forward or a cross was coming in by either of those two, it was always on point. So, no issues whatsoever with those guys. I was very impressed. It's just going to be a bit difficult to try and give Nelson much game time. Obviously, with Sessignon, that's a bit easier. I'm trying to remember what happened now. Oh yes, that's right. So Berahino somehow just randomly gets away with on the counter, a bit of a wayward shot. But I've got to say it was one of those games. It's difficult to explain. So what you're about to see now is basically what changed the game. So that's a horrendous tackle on Coquelin from behind, and Darren Fletcher got himself sent off. And from the rest of the game, it was basically just a matter of us keeping it, to be honest. We got the breakthrough shortly afterwards. I think it was here. Yeah, it is here. Oh no, it's not here. That was Nelson's attempt. The breakthrough came on this particular highlight. And from then on it was just quite easy. West Brom didn't really have any chances. They had only one shot on target. I think that was a beautiful goal by Ramsey, by the way. I'm expecting that to come somewhere in the goal of the month competition. I'll let you know if it does or not. But yeah, West Brom had one shot on target, and they were down to 10 men. But we couldn't stick any more away. We were a little bit lacking of a cutting edge in the game. A little bit lacking overall, to be fair. It was a pretty drab match, and it's just one of those, when you're only winning 1-0, you need to kill off the game so that you're... so it gives you that cushion. Whereas you didn't have that, and maybe on another day, that could have finished 1-1 against 10 men. You never know. Ramsey got man of the match, obviously, for his wonderful goal. He's been playing really well recently, which is good to see. Another one on form. Quite a lot of the guys are on form, to be fair. I mean, I know I'm focusing on Icardi because he's not in form, but there you go. So I decided to start the build-up to the second match early. God, that caught me a bit by surprise. And do the Champions League draw. So, as you can see, with the second name out the hat, we got Leverkusen, which I'm okay with. We didn't get a massively strong team. Leverkusen have got to be one of the weaker ones out of the remaining pot. So, that's a good one to get. I think we've got a fairly decent chance against them. It's not going to be easy, though. Don't get me wrong, not by any stretch. PSG, who came second, got Napoli. I'd say Napoli and Leverkusen are fairly similar in terms of their squad strength. So it wouldn't have mattered if we had finished first or second anyway, because, getting Napoli or Leverkusen, both of which would have been fine. I would have been more than happy with. Just wanted to avoid any sort of Barcelona's or Real Madrid's or anything like that. So that was good to see. Ramsey got in the man of the match, got in the team of the week as well. And then we come to the final game in our episode, which was against Burnley. So Burnley currently sitting bottom of the league, just lost 2-1 to Manchester United the game before, a couple of days prior to this. And I picked quite a strong team, actually. I think the youngest or the freshest player I played was Paslak at right back, and obviously he's no slouch. He's very capable right back or right-sided player. So yeah, I mean, I try to treat this game with respect, because it's always a bit of a banana skin going away to a team that's bottom of the league. You don't want to slip up, and I think that was the thing that I mostly thought about considering when I started, when I was picking the team for the game. I think, there's no outlandish changes at all, to be honest. I was having a look at what an inverted wing-back is, just because it seemed like a very strange position, role even, to have. I'm trying to think when I would actually use that. I mean, I quite like my right-back and left-back to be, a bit defensive, not really cutting in too much, to be honest. That's more of a winger's position. I suppose if you had 5 at the back, that would probably make a bit more sense. So, the Burnley match. If I was worried about the West Brom match, I was on the edge of my seat for quite a lot of this. Had made a few changes to instructions to try and get the team passing and playing well, but we struggled. And Burnley scored, and that's the first goal we've conceded in quite a few games. I think he said something like check out and conceded in nearly 360 minutes or so. And then we got one back just before half-time, and I was really grateful for that, because it was not looking great at all. And I didn't think we were going to get another goal. But then Icardi comes up with this. I don't know where he pulls that header out from, but it just loops over the keeper and in. We were really lucky to come away with the win. I know the stats say different, and we had lots of shots, but there was always that threat from Burnley. They never looked like they were out of it, even after 74 minutes. You know, they had a couple of chances in and around. So another warning shot, really, by the lower teams. And well, you can't take any game for granted in the Premier League anyway. But at the end of the day, the main thing is we got the win. We finished top of the group in the Champions League. We've got a favourable-ish draw in the Champions League as well. So overall, I think it's been quite a good episode. We're top of the league by at least a point, depending on how the other guys play. And I'm fairly happy with how things are progressing so far. We've got January transfer window coming up soon, so if I do decide there's anyone I want to bring in, I will obviously update you at that particular point. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you very soon. Goodbye.